Welcome all. In this lecture, I'm basically focusing on the very important aspect of maintenance of the employees, that is grievance procedure and handling, where as well as discipline and the very important topics that are related with attrition and retention. Grievance procedure handling. First and foremost, the term itself. What does grievances mean? Any type of issues, problems which are occurring in the business, and how you need to handle them. That is the major crux which is being taken into account in this particular process. So, when we talk about grievance procedure and handling, it is the purpose, the major objective behind grievance procedure is to ensure that each and every employee is not having an issue. If he or she is having it, try to recover from that particular problem as soon as possible so that that cannot create a big issue for the organization. The purpose of this policy is to provide a mechanism for individuals employees to raise a grievance arising from their employment. So any problem which is there, this should be taken into account, this should be noticed by the organization so that there is no problem, there is no issue which is hindering the employees from achieving his or her objectives. Now, what is a grievance handling policy? A grievance handling policy is an official document that clearly defines how a company's employees can report grievances and what should be the steps to be followed for resolving it. Grievance handling is about resolving disputes or complaints in both informal way as well as formal ways. According to daily order, a grievance is a written complaint filed by an employee and claiming unfair treatment. This is to redress that. Now, what can be the different reason or the causes of grievances? The reasons can be an employer is dissatisfied and harbors a grievance when he feels that there is an infringement of his right, that his interest has been jeopardized. That means he is not being given the right should be enjoying as a employee. Concerning wages, demand for individual adjustment, the workers feel that she is not being fully paid. Concerning supervision, concerning working conditions, and definitely collective bargaining. Now, in this, the company is attempting to undermine the trade union and the workers who belong to that union. The contract with the labor force has been violated. The company does not deal effectively with the union's grievances. So, in these are the various ways or the causes which actually basically is the reason why grievances are taking place. Management policy. What should be the management policy to redress these type of grievances? Number one is wage rate and methods of payment, overtime and incentive payments, promotion, transfers and seniority issues, lack of opportunities for career growth, leaves, issues relating to employee conduct, unhappy relations with the work. All these problems has to be catered well by the management. They cannot ignore any one of them because it may create grievances in the employee, which is not good for the organization. Then comes the topic of attrition and retention. As the general meaning of attrition itself is basically when an employee leaves an organization through the methods which can be voluntary or it can be involuntary. Now, voluntary is basically when an employee chooses to leave the organization on his own will. It can be ill health, it can be death, it can be transfer, or it can be some other reason, which is basically when the employee himself resigns to the organization. Involuntary is basically when the organization himself layoffs, means the organization is removing the employee from the organization. That can be layoff, that can be terminations, etc. Now these are the reasons why employee attrition are there. That can be due to transfers, retirement, resignations, terminations, personal health reasons, and layoffs. Retention, on the other hand, is basically retaining the best HR practices that can be there to retain an employee. It can be one of the significant factors why we focus on the retention policy. Retention is defined as the process by which a company ensures that its employees don't quit their jobs. Every company and industry has a very retention rate. which indicates the percentage of employees who remained with the organization during a fixed period. These are the benefits of retention, of having a good retention policy, that is cost reduction, morale, experienced employee recruitment, increased productivity, improved culture, better employee experience, increased revenue and employee satisfaction. That's it. When we meet in the next class, we'll basically discuss all these topics more in detail. Thank you.